Hey everyone, my name is Brandy with Brandy Tronconi Photography and welcome to my channel. Before we get started with today's video, if you have not already done so, please go ahead down and click on that subscribe button, check off that notification bell, and click on the like. Thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Now today I ventured to Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge. And let me tell you, this place is totally amazing. First, it is a National Wildlife Wetland Preserve. It's acres. There's the wetlands, there's the lakes, the ponds, it's the marshland. It's amazing. Now, normally there is a charge of approximately $4 when I went this last time. I said the charge, but because of the situation that we're currently in, it's currently waived. But before you go, I would just double check to make sure that that still is the case. And if it's not, $4 per car is more than worth the visit there. First, even if you do not have the ability to walk, or if you can only walk short distances, it is a drive-through reserve. They have a very long drive. You can drive your car in through there. You can make some stops alongside and just open up and enjoy that wildlife and all the birds. Now, there were some areas where you could actually pull off, stop, and they had some walking trails. The trails were pretty much maybe at the most a mile long, and that's round trip. The one trail that I did go venture onto had a observation tower, and the second trail that I ventured on had a walkway that if you were in a wheelchair, you could stay on that wheelchair and go around, and it comes out to basically a sitting area right along the waterway. Now, with that being said, the only thing is the time that it is now, it's starting to get warmer, and it is a wetland, so the biting flies were out. If I had known before, I would have done my research before to figure out what I could use to try to at least repel the biting flies away. But when I stayed in my car, they really didn't come into my car pretty much. So you could go through even where the windows closed, and you can still enjoy. Or like I did, I had my windows open and they pretty much stayed on the outside because my car, I guess, was a bigger heat source. But with that said, even with all the biting flies, it was an amazing sight. So sit back and enjoy the scenery, and then get out there and go visit your world. See you in the video. I'm going to have to learn what I can use besides long sleeve and long pants, clothes, to keep these swarms of flies away from me. So if there's anyone out there who's watching this who happens to know what, and I'm not talking like a lot of the chemical bug sprays for people's skin. Sorry about the camera shake. I have a couple of them on my arm. They are dying, just so you know. I am ending their lives just for when they land. Oh, they're getting, excuse me, I just had one try to go back in my, another one try to go back in my mouth. I swallowed one, I'm not swallowing the second one.
Hey.
Okay. At least I'm getting some honeysuckle there. But as I was saying, if there's anybody who knows of any ways of that I can at least repel the flies away from me more on a natural level. Again, I have very sensitive skin as far as what my body will allow on it. So if anybody knows some natural remedies, please, or natural repellents, please put them in the comments below so I can know for future reference. Because while they're an annoyance, I am in a marsh area, so you kind of expect certain annoyances in a marsh area. Hey everyone. Excuse the interruption. I've actually had to take a pause in my car for a minute and get a little bit of refuge from these flies. When I say they are swarming and they are bad, they are. And I was saying it as on the trail. So as I asked, if you know of any way to naturally repel biting flies from a person other than having to wear the long sleeves and the long pants, because while that would repel them from the body, they would not repel them from the ears and the mouth and the nose and the hair and the eyes and the everything else. I'm going to continue on. I may or may not go just to see. I may or may not get out of my car, because when I say they're bad, they are bad. And while they don't hurt, the bites don't hurt as bad as the yellow biters, they still hurt. So let's continue. Let's just see if I can find anything else that's good and worth the trip and the trek in through the trial of the flies, okay? Because the attack of the flies is unbelievable. Okay, so let me keep on going and see what else happens. Okay. I actually paused for a moment. I have not gotten out of my car because my car, I guess, is a bigger heat source, and so is my cameras and the microphone. So they flies, and every now and then you might be able to see some of them fly into your screen, or into the screen, or into the view. That's all the biting fly. That's the biting flies that you're seeing. So yeah, so I still have a couple going into the car a little bit, but not as much as getting out. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Here's another peek, a little bit different section of this area. It is so beautiful out here. Um, Now, I do have my still photography camera with me, so I have been getting some still shots. So I will be posting them on Facebook, which you can find me. I'll put my face. It's Brandy Tronconi Photography on Facebook, but I'll put the link in the description section for you at the bottom, and also too on my webpage, Brandy Tronconi Photography, and that it can be found at www.brandytronconi.com. Again, I will put that information in the description page, so you can find me if you would like to see the stills photos as well as the video. Oh, it is so beautiful. Hey everyone. Okay, as you can see, I got out of my car. Now, I don't know how long this is going to last. So far I've walked away from my car, and I got out of my car and I wasn't attacked by biting flies. But we'll see how it goes once we get into this trail. Now it does say it's Parson Point Trail. It's a 1 mile round trip, so far so good. Again, do not know how long this is going to last, because if I get too far into it, or if I get even 1 ounce, it's actually very nice so far. So I haven't had too much. I had one just now. At least I think it was. I don't know what it was. But beautiful little trail. 1 mile, which is, I'm going to say, a good rough guesstimate for the other 2 trails. I didn't notice on the signage of how far the one trail was, the one that had the boardwalk type thing, and I really wasn't paying attention. too much because it felt like forever because I was in a swarm of flies the entire time. Did get some good shots. Actually, I have to rephrase that. Once I got on that near the water in the one corner where there was enough of a breeze, I wasn't swarmed. I guess the breeze kind of kept them at bay. All right, sorry, I'm going a little bit quiet. Hopefully you can hear me because there's some great wildlife that I really don't want to disturb too much. Hey guys, I'm still on the trail. I did not quite reach the end because while there's not as many, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I get good lighting for you. While there's not as many biting flies, they started swarming in a certain area, so I'm going back to the car because that and the mosquitoes, I'm not a banquet, I'm not a buffet. That's enough. Anyway, now I'm going to say this because I know in a couple other times, a couple other videos, I did mention the footwear. My recommendation anyway, if you are not going to get out of your car, you're going to stay in the car and see what you can see in your car and just drive through. Any shoe is fine. If, however, you plan on getting out in one of the trails and walk around, I would recommend a sneaker or a hiker, which I do have hikers, but I actually recently bought a pair of, they're called water shoes, but oh, I was hearing a noise and I was trying to figure out what animal was around. Sorry about that. But they're more of a water shoe, so they give me the support of a hiker. They give me the protection for my feet like a hiker. So if I hit a rock or a twig, I don't cut my foot all up. And yet they still allow my feet the ability to breathe a little bit, especially in the warmer months. Yeah. while I don't necessarily feel the heat when my feet are covered, I don't know about yours. I know they say the head is a temperature control. Sorry, I just had one of those biting flies try to get my eyeball. It's my feet that if my feet get too hot, I actually start getting hot. If my feet get too cold, I'm not warming up until they get warmed up. So the water shoe actually is perfect for this as well, and it's in a marshy area, so if my shoes get wet, they're made for it, so they'll dry. So that's my little advice as far as the type of shoe. And yes, oh, okay. I'm sorry, I heard an animal in the background. I saw a bushy tail. And the sign at the beginning of the trail said, basically, you could see fox in here. So I saw a bushy tail. I was hoping it was a fox, but it was just a regular old squirrel. But anyway, so I'm almost to my car. Again, I was going to try to get to the end of the trail to see what's there, but once those flies and the mosquitoes, it was the mosquitoes first and then all of a sudden the flies, that was the end, and I decided to turn around, come back to my car, because I don't want to be, again, a buffet and feed all the flies. They've bit me enough. Okay, so see you a little bit later. everyone. I'm coming to the end of my time at Bombay Hook Wildlife Refuge for today. There's still a lot more out there for me to be able to see, so I will be back. Now, before I come back in the summer, I will be doing a little bit of research just to make sure if there is a way to keep the biting flies from at least swarming around myself. So I don't swallow, because I did end up swallowing two because they flew in my mouth and were in the back of my throat before I realized it. Um, but I definitely will be back in the September when I know the biting flies, at least what I've read, they seem to die down then. And even in the winter, even if it gets cold, because this wildlife refuge I can drive through, so I don't necessarily have to get out. And I still may see some really awesome winter birds and stuff because I was reading some of the signs. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you have not done so, please again go down and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to be notified of the videos as they come out. Like that video and comment in this comment section, where have you gone to? Someplace new, or even someplace that you go to because it's so beautiful and peaceful and relaxing, and you find out that you see different things every time you go. Go ahead, put them in the comment section. And if you just started going out and seeing this beautiful world out here, put that in there as well. And again, even if you don't have the ability or the strength to be able to walk around, find places like this, like Bombay Hook Wildlife Refuge, that you can drive around in your car. Okay? And then you can still see and even open up your windows and get to hear and to smell all the beautiful scents. So I hope you all have the great rest of your day. I love you all. I appreciate you all. You all have a blessed, wonderful, joyous, awesome filled day, and I'll see you in the next video.